Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a great day today. Hope it was a lot better than my day, which we're going to talk about here in a couple minutes. Market just wasn't there for me. Really wasn't there for me yesterday either. But I was smart enough yesterday not to take a trade. Um, Today I got a little dumb, but the setups were good at least. At least I thought they were at the time. But tomorrow, it's going to be our sneak peek Wednesday. It's a free live day trading webinar. It's what it boils down to. Starts at 8:30 on my YouTube channel. And if you're watching this video, you already know where my channel is. So you're already here. Just be here at 8:30, or you can subscribe and it'll let you know when I go live. And it starts with my morning routine. It's what I do every day. I go through building my watch list, some market analysis, and we just get set up for the day. And we wait for the open and we execute. Or if it's smart to sit on our hands, we sit on our hands. So come check us out tomorrow, starting right here at 8:30. For you new members and current members who have mentoring, tomorrow in chat at 4:30, we're going to talk about what to expect, what you can do to prepare, just how the process is going to work. Like I said, it's a two-way street. You're going to have to do your part. I can't really do your part for you. A lot of times you may not be aware of the things you're going to need. Like I said, I don't want to waste any of the time that you have. So we want to make sure we hit the ground running. When we have that first meeting, that first one-on-one meeting, we're already ready and we hit the ground running. So look out for that tomorrow at 4:30 in chat. So you can look at today. The SPY opened, a little bit higher than the previous day, even though, not a little bit higher, a little bit lower than the previous day. I thought we may be selling off a little bit. We did. We opened, sold a little bit, but then finished the day strong. So it looks like we are recovering. The target, I would think, if we're going to continue up, is going to be the 20. That's going to be the next test. It can reject here and then, come back. We just don't really know. What's concerning to me is the lack of volume in the market right now. You can see, here is Wednesday before Thanksgiving. This is Friday. And then here's Monday and Tuesday. We should be, we should have at least 125 million shares traded. We're just back to this level here when we didn't really have a whole lot of volatility. You can see once the volatility came, we started getting some volume in the market. Right now, we're just kind of stagnant again. So just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Now, I don't know if it's, people waiting to see what happens with this trade talks with China. That's been ramping up. You got the other branches of the government other than the president involved. I don't know if they're trying to get something done before the summit this weekend. The G20 summit is this weekend, so I don't know if people are waiting to see what comes out of that. It's just hard to say. But it makes my type of trading a little bit slow because I depend on volume in the market in a trending market. And if I don't get it, it makes it difficult. If you're trading small cap stocks that get pumped, by chat rooms and all of that, there's some opportunity there if you catch it right. But that's not what I do. If there was some opportunity today, like we're going to see here in a minute, with UTX, that I just didn't trust it at the open and didn't take it. I have a rule against what was going on, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But it was just a little. It's just a little slow for me, and you can see the market sold off. Here we ran up, and we kind of sold off coming into the open, and then we started growing again. And like I said, we did have that quick sell off at the open, near the open, but then it recovered. And I knew that this market was going to ramp up. That's why I didn't even look to trade any volatility index, because if it was going to ramp up, there was no way I was going to trade it. But it was a little choppy. This wasn't a smooth ride. You can see here we finished at the highs. So a very strong finish today. So I'm going to be curious to see if we're going to continue this march. Like I said, we may march right back up to the 20 and test this. And then we'll end up going from there. All right, so what I did on Apple, I forgot to put my stop in this morning. And when I realized it, I went on and went to go put my stop in. And I did a sell stop versus buy stop. Just not really paying attention to what I was doing. I was looking at something else, and ended up adding to this position 100 shares back. It screwed up my average something terrible. Right now my average is 175.38, and it was like 171 something. So I can't remember what was my average. Let me go back and look. I can't see. There it is, 11/26. Looking at the wrong date. Yeah, see, my average was 172.44, and just killed my average with this thing. So, if it keeps climbing, I may end up having to stop out before trading even closes. But if the market if this is a bounce, then I'm just going to get out and let it go. GME almost hit my 15 target today. It got up to like 14.97. So if we can keep this trend, we may be able to hit it tomorrow. So I'll be out of that. So both of those should resolve one way or the other tomorrow. And you can see this is what it did. It broke through the 200 that I was worried about, the 50. And here's the 100 or the 90, the 100 day. And we didn't close above that today. But I'll be looking for it to potentially open above it and, keep pushing up. That's what I'm looking for anyway. So day trading today sucked. Or I sucked. One of the two. I don't want to put it on me. But here's GOOS. This one hit the scan a little bit late. This was a secondary offering. I typically don't trade those because you don't see the price action this good. So what I did was I waited, and you know, it was a level here at 63.30. I should have drawn it back on here. But 63.30, I waited for it to clear that. And once it did, I got in. Now I could have done a 5-minute opening range breakdown, but I just, everything was it just wasn't feeling right. And really, I probably shouldn't have traded at all. But I got in, and we started making room. So I figured we would get to at least 62, if not 62.25. Because between 62 and 62.25 was where I wanted to take profit, but it didn't get there. It hit 50, and it rejected like mad. Ended up stopping me out. I did give it a little bit more room than I should have, but I wanted to get it a good enough for it to test VWAP and maybe tap the 20, but it just took me out. And you can see it never really came back until over here at the close is when it started giving up, but never did break or get to where I wanted it to get to. And I really thought this was a decent setup. It was pretty good. It did pretty good, but it just did not work out. So, took almost a $140 hit on that. And then UTX, this is the one that I didn't take this at the open because the RSI was below 20. We were well oversold. And I anticipated a bounce on this. I anticipated some people's buying to cover and some profit taking on this, but that didn't happen. We had this huge, this candle here, and I should have gotten in on this, but I didn't want to break my rule. My rule is if it's below 20 on the RSI, and we've had some big time selling like this, to wait for a bounce. That's my rule. And that's what I did. I didn't get in, and yeah, I kind of regretted it. This was a solid move. But the thing is, next time if I do this, or the next 3 or 4 times, I may get stopped out. Or 5 times I may get stopped out, because normally the stock won't do this. But what I did notice after the fact was that this was not on SSR, and it not being on SSR, probably if I had paid attention to that, it probably would have given me more conviction to take this or to give it a shot. But because most of the time when you see a move like this, the stock's on SSR. And this wasn't. No, we didn't have that 5% drop on this. But totally missed out on that. So I was patient, waited for the bounce. It rejected up here. And finally, it looked like we were going to get some good, clean price action. We were going to sell back down here. Looked to test 119. And it was a complete fake out. It fooled the hell out of me. Put it that way. So this was a pretty good fake out. I have to give these guys props on, faking me out like this. But that was it for today. Really, after the first trade, I should have known that this was not the right time, or this wasn't the market to take trades. But this baited me in. I regretted it. So I'm starting my week out. Yesterday we didn't take a trade, but I'm starting my week out negative 284.72, which when I looked at this, I put this on my calendar every day. It's been a while since I had a red day. I had 2 red days here the first full week of November, and after that we've been just clicking along. Now that the volume is gone, my trades are suffering. And that it's just, that's what happens when the volume's not there and I'm not on the right side of things. I missed the one huge trade, then I'm usually, red or laying a goose egg. But still not bad. Not bad at all. I'm not going to cry about it. We got 3 days left. Not going to even think about it. Just come in tomorrow and, knock it out of the park. That's what we're going to do. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys have a great evening, great night. And don't forget, we're having our sneak peek on Wednesday tomorrow. It's a free live trading webinar. You get to see me go through my morning routine and build my watch list, how I analyze the market, and then attack it. So make sure you join us. Be back here on YouTube at 8:30 to catch that. So have a great night, great evening, and I'll see you guys in the morning.